So you're at the NRA annual meeting. You're on the floor. They're doing something new this year as far as influencers, YouTubers, that sort of thing. Talk a little bit about what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So they have this thing this year. They're calling it the Voices of the Second Amendment, and this was the brainchild of one of our good friends, Amanda Suffolk. She said, "Let's put a radio row in at the NRA annual meetings, and let's change it. I don't want to say make it like the SHOT Show, but let's add something like that so people can see what is the saying, how the sausage is made, right?"
Yes.
So there are, I don't know, 15 different people here, 15 different booths, and they have 3 hours. We get 3 hour shifts. So I'm glad that we were able to do this and do it during the time that I have the booth. But Cam Edwards is here, Gun Talk is here, Eye on the Target's here, Tony Simon is here, Frank Johnson, Mike Piwowarski from Arms and Radio. Just a ton of people are here doing a bunch of live shows. It's fantastic, and it's hard to do a show when you see like 3 people walk by and they all want to stop and say hi.
Well, this is yet another, Dakota, I'm sure maybe you have this experience with Charlie too, but this is yet another opportunity for me to live vicariously through Charlie. He's always doing interesting Second Amendment stuff. I'm so jealous. I've been to a couple of NRA shows, and it's like part gun show, part festival, part reunion. It's always a lot of fun. It's very, very cool. And it's in Atlanta this year. And I feel like there is a reinvigorated crowd, when it comes to NRA. I feel like the last few years, people have been wondering, well, gee, what's the future of the NRA? And it feels like, okay, we figured out what the future of the NRA is. And I, for one, am very, very positive about NRA's future, and I'm looking forward to it. What's it like on the floor? That's my feeling. Is that the feeling that's going on the at the show, or what say you?
I think it is. I think there's, with the new 19 of the 28 of the reform candidates elected to the board, I think there's going to be a lot of big changes with the NRA. I certainly hope there's a lot of big changes with the NRA, because they've been struggling in membership. They've been struggling in a lot of different aspects over the last few years, and having Wayne not be the executive vice president anymore, getting Doug Hamlin in there, he really seems like a guy that wants to take care of some business and get things done. And they're making changes right away. Like, he's only been in, I know it's been about a year since last May or so, but this was one of the big changes that they had. They want to get more people involved and let people see that, hey, there's a whole bunch of people out here that are podcast folks. I know some people are really upset about the old guard, as they're calling them, they're being called. I think the old guard, we call them the old guard, but some people are the people that are the old guard call themselves NRA strong. So I think there's less of them. I think there's more reformers that want to make changes and want to make it so that we have a good NRA.
Well, I agree. I've been really impressed by Doug, and I've been really impressed with, some of the staff that have moved up and stepped up efforts. And I remember you and I hope it's okay to talk about a personal, private conversation we had, but I remember a few months ago, Charlie, you and I were talking, and I was telling you, I'm pretty skeptical. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not ready to just go down this road. And a lot has changed for me since then, because I've talked to people, because I've seen action and not just words. I don't know if you remember that conversation when I'm going, guys, I don't know, man. I might just stay out of this and see how it develops. But yeah. I've totally changed my mind.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that you and I and John Petrolino have talked about, how you're a little standoffish with the NRA stuff, and you're like, I don't know. You're a little skeptical about things. Yeah. And I really think that there are going to be some positive changes with the new crew, and very much like a new administration taking over, there's going to be some changes. It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen quickly, but I think it's headed in the right direction. I think it's going to be a lot better for the NRA, and they do need to make it much more active, and they need to bring more people back and get more members and keep growing, keep doing the things that they've been doing for a long time.
Good. Well, what are your goals for being at the show? What would you like to accomplish while you're there?
I just want to survive and make it out alive.
Well, you're at the safest convention / annual meeting ever on the planet in the whole world. So
Right, I agree. It's the safest place to be in the country right now. But I got in. I drove down from Massachusetts. It took me, man, the first day I drove 15 hours. I drove from Massachusetts to northern South Carolina, if that's a thing. But I got to South Carolina. One of my friends called me up. I put some video as I was stuck in traffic, and I said, "Hey, you know what? I've been on the road for 15 hours." She called me up, and she's like, "Are you okay? Do you need someone to talk to? Are you going to fall asleep?" And she convinced me I needed to get a hotel. So I got a hotel in northern South Carolina, and then I drove down to Atlanta yesterday. I came in, I got my credentials, ran into a few people, had lunch, and right away, like by 4 o'clock yesterday, before it even started, I was filming a show with two different people yesterday, and then I went back to staying with a friend that lives here. So I went back to his place. I'm like, all right, I know we're having dinner and hanging out and grilling out and whatnot, but I've got videos I need to upload. Like I got some work here I need to do. So today was.
I saw you stuck in traffic. I was going to suggest that it's probably the perfect opportunity for you to get caught up, on episodes of Gun Owners Radio that you may have missed. But then I realized you were trying to avoid falling asleep, so I didn't recommend that. So, hey, thanks for watching Gun Owners Radio. I hope you loved that clip. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on social media. And check out our website at gunownersradio.com.